How much is a divorce going to cost me? Hey there, my name is Ron Payne. I'm the CEO and managing attorney here at Payne Law in Kernersville, and we handle family law and estate planning cases. And today I want to answer a very fair and common question. How much is this divorce going to cost me? Well, in true lawyerly sense, that answer really is it depends. If all you need is a simple divorce, you have no claims or no intention for alimony, you have no claims for spousal support, you have no claims for equitable distribution. You can always handle children because children don't disappear just because you get divorced. But if you're not claiming spousal support or alimony or equitable distribution and all you need is a simple divorce, and there's no kids, then you're looking at $800 to $1,000 out the door for divorce. That's going to include your court costs, your service fees, your filing fees, and your lawyer fees out the door. All easy peasy done, right? Now, if you've got a more complex case, let's say there are children involved or there's assets, but you think you're going to be able to do everything via agreement. Agreements can run anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. It really depends on the size of your estate, how complex are your assets, and how agreeable is the other side. If you're ready to be agreeable and they're not, I'm sorry, it's still going to be more expensive because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So you're looking $3,000 to $5,000. Now let's say you're going to have to litigate, but you think that they're not going to negotiate now, but once you get to mediation, and mediation is pretty much mandatory for almost all family matters in North Carolina. It's mandatory for equitable distribution. It's mandatory for child custody. It's not mandatory for alimony or spousal support or for child support, but those are a little bit more calculated than the other, right? So if you've got any of those issues and they're tied up, then what you're looking at is anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 or $15,000. Now that's not all money you have to pay up front. That's just a total cost of what you're going to be looking at out the door. If it's fairly straightforward, you're going to file suit, everybody's going to get pissed off, and then you're going to go work at mediation and work out the kinks, and it'll all be fine, even if it's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the tail just to get started. And then lastly, let's say that you've got most of those issues or all of those issues, and it's going to be a complex divorce, right? Nothing's going to be easy, nothing's going to be friendly, and everything's going to be contested. Usually the low side of that's going to be anywhere around $15,000 to $20,000, and we've seen those go as high as and north of $100,000. Now, if you're going to spend that kind of money, you've got to have something to fight over. That is not common. A more common amount is $25,000 to $30,000, maybe $40,000 or $50,000 if you keep going back and back and back about child custody, and you keep going back and forth, or if DSS and the police are involved, then obviously that's going to increase fees. But I hope at least knowing that a simple divorce is going to be $800 to $1,000, a fairly standard agreement case is going to be $3,000 to $5,000, and a more lightly contested, maybe you got to get to court and do the things, but then it's probably going to work out. And most cases fall into this caption. If they're not in agreement, it's we file the lawsuit and then everybody goes to the table. You're looking at $5,000 to $10,000. Those are the two biggest captions. And then less likely is we have a knockdown drag out, but maybe it's only over a couple issues. You're looking around 15 to 20. And then so rare, but so unfortunate is the case where everything is a knockdown drag out and you're fighting and fighting and fighting. And then you're going to spend anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 and you've got to have experts and that sort of thing. Again, even if you have one of those bigger numbers, that's not money you're going to have to pay all up front. You don't have to bring a check to our office for $50,000 and we get started. Because we don't know when your case starts if it's going to settle or if it's not going to settle. So typically you're going to bring in a retainer for any of those more complex things. Around $5,000 or $10,000, might be more, it might be less. It just depends on your own situation. That is why we offer at Payne Law low-cost family law consultations. Let us learn what's going on, learn a lay of the land, so that way we can give you a number for your individual situation that is fair to you and to us, and that gives you a heads up of what you're really looking at. A lot of times folks come in and they want to fight over everything, and when they realize that both of you are going to end up spending the equivalent of a small college tuition, or a car on fighting over things, about that time is when folks tend to get more reasonable. Whether you've got a situation where everything's going to be hunky-dory or you've got an ex that just won't let it go and you need somebody to fight in your corner, the team at Payne Law is here to help. We'd be happy to set up that low-cost consultation to discuss this with you. Give us a call, 336-281-6928, or reach us on the web at Payne Law. Here at Apple Payne Law, we focus on helping families navigate life's important decisions. And while I hope you never have to go through that, it is certainly something that we are here to help you with. So I hope this has been helpful. Like and subscribe here on YouTube for friendly and helpful legal content. And until next time, stay safe and have a great day.